33 minutes. That's how long the average employee wastes just for searching information daily based on this APQC study done a few years ago. Now that might not sound like much, but hear me out. That translates to almost 1 full month in a year per employee spent doing absolutely nothing but searching for files or information in them. That's why I'm going to show you how this issue can be solved and how these 33 minutes can be turned into a few seconds. I'll show you the exact secure enterprise AI solution example we built a recent client of ours that is working for them right now and has helped them, and the real feedback we got from them after using it for a few months, just so you don't have to take my word for it. With that said, I've already opened the solution which I was talking about in the start, and I have it in Teams, but you can have it in SharePoint, you can have it on your private website, you can have it in your Outlook, you can have it in your meetings, you can have it anywhere you want, because this is not some kind of in-box solution, this is custom built. And then I've gone and I've created a small SharePoint example, which I've populated with some example documents, which you would usually have in your business or company's cloud, PDFs, presentations, videos, photos, all of that stuff. And then the idea behind this is that AI just has all this data, and as it has this data, you can just ask him for the info you're looking for or for the files you're looking for. And you don't have to manually now go through each PDF page or presentations to look for that specific info, because you can just ask AI and he will do the job you did before. And that's how you gain back your time. And I have to note that you don't have to use SharePoint for storing documents. You can also use OneDrive. It will also work like that. And you can also use some other softwares which are out there, Confluence or whatever other document sharing platforms there is. But I'll have to note, it will not work in its full potential if you'll have some outside software. So it's better that you have your documents stored in OneDrive or SharePoint, because then you don't miss out on full capabilities for such a solution, which you're going to see in a bit. Okay, but that's enough me yapping about this stuff. Now let me go back to the chatbot where I had it in my Teams. And now let me just ask a simple question, something like, how do I record my time correctly? Then after a few seconds, AI comes back with the answer to my question, referencing the docs from my SharePoint. Then at the bottom here, if we click on the reference, we can see it shows exact page where it took the info from. If we click on it, it throws us to that specific page where the info can be found. We can see it here. We can actually maybe compare it. Yes, that's pretty accurate. And this first cool feature, what it does, it throws to the specific PDF page. So it doesn't just give general info and general link to the PDF doc, so go look yourself. And then also we have a path to the document folder. If you click on this, it throws us to the root folder of the file, which is the second cool thing. Now let's jump to the next question. Let's say, what were the top 10 AI investments in 2017? Again, it comes back with answer. And two cool features here. First is that this is a presentation and it comes back with specific link to that slide. Second cool feature is that this is image. You can see, okay, well, you cannot see. Let me go back. That's why I have the edit button. So it throws to the specific presentation if you want to edit it. Now, this is actually image in presentation. So AI actually does also that. It pulls out text from the images in PDFs, presentations, Words, whatever. That's pretty cool if you're asking me. So again, two more cool features here. Now, while we're talking about this image thing, let me throw you another one. Let's say, what are near-term actions needed to take? Let's wait a bit. It again comes back with answer. And this answer is actually from scanned PDF. It's some kind of sample letter or whatever, but we can see that I just cannot copy the text like you usually could on PDF doc. And this just means that if you have a lot of scanned documents in your cloud, you don't have to remake them as some kind of PDFs, because AI can also read these and it can give you again this specific link to that page. That's mainly so far it about documents. One thing I didn't show is that, for example, for Word documents, it would not throw to that specific page. You would have to convert those Word documents to PDFs. It only works with PDFs or presentations. That's one of the things you have to remember. But other than that, let me show you some photo functionality, as we also have that one. Let's say, give me the Berlin site photos. Then it came back with photos pretty quickly. We can actually check. Yes, this looks like Berlin site. And the AI is able to find these images based on the file names. And as you can see here, I've been pretty specific about naming them. And realistically, there are two options you can have here. You can have AI analyze the image and have him decide what is in the image, and then you search for it. Or you can just simply rename the files, and that's it. Because even if AI would analyze the image like this, he wouldn't tell that it's some kind of Berlin site or something like that. Yes, he would tell that there's like excavator and some kind of tunnel or something. He would basically say it like that. So your searches wouldn't be that effective. That's why it's just better to rename the files yourself, to keep your cloud clean, and also to have your AI effective. But that's about photos. But you can see we have one last folder left, and that's videos. And here I prepared 3 different videos, one with subtitles, one with voiceover, and one with description. And now what it can do is just like with documents, you can ask a question. For example, where was the toilet in Spaceship? And then AI pretty quickly came up with the answer. And then we actually have the option to go to that specific timestamp, and the video will actually start from that timestamp. We can see here, if we start a video, it starts from 1 minute and 37 seconds. And this video has literally only subtitles. It doesn't even have sound. You can see here, this video has no sound. So the AI was able to answer my question only from reading the subtitles of the video. And if you notice something else, these subtitles are in Spanish. And my question was in English. So yes, it also has this translation. Let's now try another one. And this was video with transcript. And I asked something specific about bring me to the part where we were discussing DRA for the Postgres application issue in a meeting. And then the AI came with 3 specific timestamps. If we click one of them, it throws us and starts the video from 10 minutes and 41 seconds. And this is literally a meeting I took from the YouTube, about 24-minute meeting. And then we can see here that they are talking about DRA, replication issue, all that stuff. And then as this video had voiceover, AI was actually able to give us answer from that voiceover. And I want you to understand that this video thing, it's happening automatically. Like you don't have to do anything else. You just put your video in cloud, and then after like 15 to 30 minutes, well, based on how long is the video gets processed, and then AI is able to give answers about this video. Oh yeah, and generally about new files when they are added or edited, it takes about 5 to 15 minutes until it's updated for AI and it has the newest info. But yeah, the point I'm making here that it's pretty damn simple. You just put your video in cloud and that's it. And yes, if you don't have voiceover or you don't have subtitles for your video, then the one manual thing you would have to do is add a description for that video, because AI just has to have some context about the video. And then you would go here, open the video, add description, save it. And then after like 15 minutes, you could ask questions about this video. You can literally make your video searchable by specific timestamp. And that just massively saves your time. But okay. So it gives answers about your documents, photos, videos, even gives answers from images in the presentations or PDFs, and then it even comes back to you with specific link to specific slide, page, video timestamp. But what else? And one thing which I like about these custom solutions is that you can pretty much have unlimited customizability. And one of such things is that this AI can automatically add to your team's meetings. And let me show it to you. Let me create a new meeting. Let's hit save. Now let's join in this meeting. And here we can see the AI has added itself to this meeting. When we click on it, we have it as a side panel. And now we can literally ask questions while we're in a meeting and get the answers. So we literally don't have to leave Teams. We, for example, ask again the legendary question, and it comes back with answer while we're in a meeting. Okay, and if this wasn't that impressive, you can also have it in your Outlook. So let's say you're writing an email, you can open your chatbot, you can ask something. Let's ask our legendary question. Let's say, yeah, you're writing to your colleague, hey, here was that video about spaceship. You go here, you click insert, and the video inserts into the email. And when the other person is going to receive this email, they're going to have this link to that video. So when they click, it's going to throw them to that video. Now, what this basically means is that you can have the chatbot literally everywhere. And what this means next is that you don't even have to look into your cloud, except when you upload some videos, documents, whatever. But basically, If you need to find something, you ask Chatbot. If you need to share something, you ask the Chatbot. This just removes the need for you to go into the cloud and manually search for files. And now I just think that saves a tons of time. But that is only what I think. So that's why let's listen to a recent client of ours from Finland on what they had to say after such internal Chatbot integration into their company.
Well, it helped us easily find details in certain types of files. This was not possible with the search function from Microsoft, not even while using Copilot.
Okay, and maybe how much like the solution has helped you now? Maybe some time saved or some other variables?
Yes, for some files and elements in the files, it shortened the time even 10 folds, which led to a significant improvement in productivity while working with files in SharePoint.
And what would you say surprised you most working with us?
Well, I think the wish to help and to make sure that the tool does what my engineering as a customer needed.
And how smooth would you say was the implementation process?
The process had ups and downs as we had many custom requests, but we always heard that we try to do our best in order to achieve that. And the final result is the one that matters, in my opinion, as it fulfilled all our needs.
Exactly. And what would you say to someone considering this kind of solution?
Just go for it, test it, and make your decision. For sure, once you discover its capabilities, you will want it.
And the last one, if you could describe your experience in one word, what would it be?
Although it's pretty difficult to find one word, I would go with fulfilling.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, few things I think it's necessary for me to mention, which I didn't mention at the start. This is a solution you own and have control over at the end. It's internal to you, to your company, and it's hosted on your Azure. So it's not some kind of SaaS app we have or you pay us. No, it's all yours. Second, there is no data sharing when building such thing. So it's not like you send us all the documents, we give it to AI, all that stuff. No. And then the last one, I have to mention this because it is way less than buying something like Copilot for 30 euros a month per user. Because in this one, you only pay for the usage and not for the users. So basically, if you have bigger team and when your team gets bigger, you basically save more. That's the idea behind this. And I will actually in the next video make comparison between Copilot and this custom built solution that is hosted on Azure, just so you see the differences between functionalities, what Copilot offers and what we can have with this custom built solution. So it's definitely going to be a worth seeing video. And I hope this was actually interesting enough and maybe you as a business owner found it actually valuable enough. And if you feel like it could also help you, then just feel free to contact us on the email below or even just book a call directly with the link below. That's it from me. Take care.